Hey guys, Rex here, and welcome back to my Let's Play world. Today is episode 20, and today, as usual, we have quite a bit of stuff to do, so let's get on with it. But first I must say that I did just get over a cold, so I apologize if my voice doesn't sound quite what it normally does, but that's just something we're going to have to deal with. But let's take a look at what I've done since last episode. So first of all, I constructed a little temporary super smelter, I guess that's what you call this, to smelt up some nether bricks for my build that I was working on. It's a really simple design. You basically put the items in the cart and you push the button and it will send the cart going back and forth so long as there are items to sort of evenly distribute them in between here. So that's that. It's pretty simple. I'm not going to go into detail on anything else other than that, but I basically used this to get enough nether bricks to finish, finally, the three other castle sort of hub things. So as you can see, those are now complete, looking awesome. I still have to do the inside because right now that's not looking so hot, but it's looking really nice with all three of them here. And as you can see, I started the bottom of the walls that go in between because I didn't want to have any mobs coming in here. And in fact, that is what we're going to be working on today. We're going to be finishing off this castle. Well, I shouldn't say finishing off. I mean finishing off the structure of the outer wall of this castle because we have quite a bit of detail to add and obviously quite a bit of work to do in the middle here. But yeah, I was just getting sick of mobs piling into my area here. Tons and tons of zombies, as you know, in 1.9. And so, first thing actually, this episode, what we're going to be doing is installing some mob-proof doors. Now, that video that I made a long time ago is my most popular video by far, and it does indeed still work. I tested it, which is really good news. I actually thought it was broken. So what we're going to be doing here is, obviously mobs cannot climb over this wall, except for spiders, but that shouldn't be a problem once the wall's finished. But obviously they can just run to the door, and we don't want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a little trick on their AI that's going to make them not want to go through the door, and it's pretty cool. So I spent a while collecting some green carpet and some string to get the job done here, and I don't have a shovel, and I probably should. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to dig a little hole. Let me do this real quick. I'm not going to go all the way around, but we're going to dig a little trench that's 3 blocks deep, and I think it can be more than 3 blocks. I don't know what the minimum is exactly. In 1.9, they keep switching up the mob AI. But as soon as we put a carpet like this, what the mob sees is they don't see the carpet as a thing they can walk on, basically. So they just see that. And they're like, well, I don't want to fall in this hole, so I'm not going to go across here. And even if they're chasing me and I run across here, they're just going to, once this is going all the way around here, they're just going to sort of, if I put this down, they're just going to come up to here and just be like, huh, what do I do, boss? Because all they see is just a big hole here that they can't cross. So I'm going to get those in, all 4 entranceways, and then we will have no more mobs in our castle. So nighttime is upon us, and I finished... Oh, we got a creeper. I've finished putting all of the mob-proof doors, so there will be no mobs in here, I guess, once we make this area not spawnable, which I don't know why that didn't occur to me. We're going to get around to that when we complete the inside of these modules here, but let's give this a quick test. So obviously we got the usual horde of zombies coming towards us, and why don't we get this skeleton too? Hello, you. You're going to come attack us. I should get my shield up just in case. Man, I got so many people in that video, the mob-proof door video, telling me that skeletons can shoot over the mob-proof door. And that's sort of like a... Oh, you can see that they're not getting through. They have no idea what to do. They're stuck there because all they can see is a big hole. There you go. Let's make them fight each other. Anyway, yeah, I got a ton of people telling me weird stuff on the video. Like, silly things like skeletons can shoot over that, so it's not mob-proof. Well... Of course they can't, because there's no way to make that kind of thing, like AI trick, that skeletons can't shoot through. Otherwise, it's not an AI trick. It's just a door, and the whole point of this is just keep mobs out of your base, like from wandering into your base on their own. So yeah, now that we've got those in place, our base is pretty much mob-proof, except for what you just saw there, the creeper spawning right in the middle of it. Maybe I'll add some more torches to these I don't even know what to call these. I need to come up with a name for these. The entryways, I guess you could call them. But I did get a whole bunch of materials together to build these sidewalls, which is going to be the main project for this episode. It's going to take quite a while, so why don't you say, let's get started right away. Alright, so while I'm getting some things together, I thought I would mention that because every 10 episodes I like to do a world download and tour. Tour of what's new from the previous tour, so what I did in those past 10 episodes. That is what we're going to be doing next, a survival video. So you guys are going to get the download and whatever. I've been preparing a little bit for that download. So what I did, what I did in preparation for 1.9 is I built another one of these big, huge farms here down this way. And the reason for this, I actually did this a while ago in 1.8. The reason being I used floating water in this farm right there. There's a minecart rail directly underneath there. And since you can't create floating water in 1.9, I decided to build this in 1.8. And this guy is going to be for beetroot. What I'm actually going to do is knock the top one off of here. So I've got wheat and potatoes, knock out the carrots, and then put the carrots on top of here, and then have beetroots down there. So we got 4 instead of the original 3 and 3 I was planning, which would just be huge overkill. But yeah, that's what's going on with the world download. So look forward to that, and I will see you when it comes out. Well, actually, I'll see you in a couple seconds. But other than that, I'll see you when it comes out. Okay, so the way I think I'm going to do this is in sort of layer by layer progress updates. So as you can see, that's what I've got going on here. I added some nether brick fences to the design here and built it up a little bit with some stone bricks and some nether brick details and some pillars. And let me go around to the outside real quick. And hello, zombies. And on the outside, we've got some little indents here using stone brick stairs. But that's pretty much all I've done so far. So I'm going to do a couple more layers, and I'll get back to you. Yeah, I got to do the layer by layer thing, because it makes it a lot easier to build if I do the same thing over and over again, which is... I learned the hard way with building these. I sort of would build them, and then if you don't do them like all at the same time, you sort of forget how to build them, and then you have to learn how to do it again, and it's sort of annoying. But yeah, doing this layer by layer thing, it's just going to make it really easy to build, and it's going to motivate me to keep doing it, because if I just do one, then I'm not going to be motivated to do the other ones, as you saw with the entryways. But yeah, I'm going to get on to adding a couple more layers, and I will see you then. It looks like the walls are rising. So as you can see, I've been doing some work if these cacti weren't in my way. I've added 3 more layers exactly onto the wall, and this is what it looks like from the outside. I wish I could provide a better view. Maybe I can build up here like this. It's taken quite a while actually, and like I said, it is sort of motivating me to get it done now that I'm doing all 4 at the same time. But you know, you can see that we've got a little sort of diagonal pattern here with a round sort of pillar in the middle, and then we've got some detail with the stone bricks and some patterns with the stairs, and then the nether bricks sort of hidden behind it, and we've got lots of depth and shape and stuff, building stuff. Yeah, that. Now let's take a look at the inside. And so in here, it's more of the same thing. It's a little more, the design is a little more limited here because it's so close to the outside. So once again, we've got the round pillar with a similar sort of design there. And yeah, more chiseled bricks and more nether brick sort of pillar-ish things sort of sticking out from the wall there. So yeah, I've done that on all 4 sides now, and it is looking pretty good. It feels quite interesting actually to now be in this area. It used to be completely leveled with nothing on it, and now I'm sort of surrounded by these castle walls. So yeah, I guess all there is to do is just a couple more layers. We got to get to about the height of these things, maybe 1 block less, and then we'll be done. So I'll do a couple more, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, are you ready for a big reveal? Because I have completed all of the layers now of the walls, and it is looking pretty amazing. I just have to add a couple little elements onto the top, which we're going to be doing in a couple seconds. Let's take a look. Here it is. Bam! I'd say it's looking just so much better than I thought it would in this world. It looks way better than it does on just a flat, creative... I keep getting this bug. It keeps glitching out, and I have to, like, shimmy over to the side and... Anyway, I was saying, it just looks so much better in an actual world. And it looks really grand and just, it looks like I'm just the king of this land. And nobody is gonna get in here without my permission. I guess, I guess there's a big door, so that's not really true, but, so the final thing we have to add, actually let me show you the inside, because that's looking pretty great as well. Here we go. You can see that from the inside, we're just completely walled in, and I really love the feeling of being walled in like this. It feels so cool. So here I thought I'd give you a quick sort of close-up-ish of what the pattern I put in the wall is. I think it's looking really good, like I've said like a whole bunch of times now. But then we're going to head up to the top and build some torches on each of the towers, because that's going to make it look a lot better. Right now, the top of the building looks really flat. You can probably tell it's all just one big flat area, and we want to add something to make it not so flat. So at the top, you can see that if I climb up here, we've got paths going around the whole thing, but they're not really for walking on. They're more just for looking, and because there's no real way I can get up here. Like maybe I could climb through these tower bits, but then I have to make a way in, and like they're mostly just for show, and they're all nice and lit up or slabbed so that no mobs will spawn here. And I've got carpet with some glowstone underneath here, going across the whole thing, and then here on top of each tower, the sort of round bit, it's hard to see, but there's like basically a diagonal wall and then a round bit and then a diagonal wall. I'm pretty sure you can tell just from here or from the outside, but that's what it's looking like if you can't tell. We are going to add some little torches, so let's do that real quick. We're going to start by building a large, I shouldn't say little torches, I should have said big torches. They're quite large. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by building a base, like so. And then we're going to take some nether brick. Oops, this only needs to be 1 block high. And just sort of build a big pillar, I guess, that's supporting it. Like so. And then we're going to go again. Like this. And then more stairs. Same deal, except upside down. So we have this sort of inverted, sort of hourglass shape. I'll hop back down to the bottom after this and show you what it's looking like. Alright, so you can see we've got that sort of hourglass shape going, and then that's what's gonna, it's sort of like a support holding up our big torch. So let's get back up here, and then we are gonna go around with some chiseled bricks to add some pattern in the side, and then some stone bricks, or what are these, stone slabs going around. And then we just need to do exactly the same thing once again. Let's fill this all in. So yeah, it's a lot of repeating patterns, because I did design this actually a year ago, this whole castle, and I always forget that you guys don't know what it looks like. Like, as I was building this, I just sort of assumed that you guys know what it looks like, because I've known what it's looked like for like years. But yeah, so then we're gonna add some netherrack, and of course I forgot my flint and steel, so I will be right back. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And wow, that was a massive project. We are finally finished building the castle, and it is just looking amazing. Let's drop down here and take a look at how it looks from the outside here. Wow. You can really just see how much the torches add to the walls, and they just make it look not so flat, and they look really good. I really like the shape of them, and I don't know, I just really like this build. It's something I built a long time ago, and it's not perfect by far, but I think it looks really good. And I can't wait to add in the little water swappers on the side. We have the one right now, but it's not hooked up. So during the day, it's going to be water in the little pillars, and during the night, it's going to be lava. But yeah, I'm so glad that we finally have this project all finished. No more mobs going to be in our base here, unless they spawn inside, which would be unfortunate. But yeah, for the most part, there's not going to be any mobs in here, and like I said, I am so relieved to have this done. But unfortunately, I know we're running a bit short, but that is all the time I have for this episode. Actually, in fact, I've probably taken too much time by now. So with that said, if you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like, it would be much appreciated, and you can follow me on Twitter at NanoRexMC for more updates. And also make sure you look out for the world download, which is going to be coming soon. But that's all I've got for you today, guys. I'll see you later. Rex out.